We keep hearing about how AI is going to disrupt so many industries. What does it tell us about the White House's view of the potential disruption of AI for them to have this meeting and be so open about the agenda and really emphasizing the need for safeguards and addressing potential risk?
I think big tech, especially in the US, has been very lightly regulated, and for very good reason. The US is in a trade war over tech supremacy with China. The US wants to encourage innovation in tech, and sometimes hard regulation doesn't do that. But with the advent of these new large language models, generative AI models like ChatGPT that you just announced, Microsoft has partnered with, I think AI could be very pervasive. And then the question, therefore, governments have to answer is AI safe? And remember, there's been a public backlash against light touch regulation in tech in terms of data privacy, obstruction of justice, misinformation, all kinds of things, excessive promotion of pornography or anti-terrorism videos on web platforms. So the governments all over the world now are forced to act. And AI, really, the advances in AI are the catalyst, because these AI systems could be pervasive, and governments need to protect society and make sure big tech acts in society's interests.
Yeah, so we're expecting to see more regulation when it comes to AI going forward. This may just be the first step. I want to get to some of your research, actually. According to your research, the total addressable market for AI will be $1 trillion by 2030. That's just a big number. It's hard to really grasp that. Can you put us in context for us? And what industries? Where do you see that disruption happening first?
Absolutely. So that is a big number, but to put it in context, it's about a third of the size of the global car industry today. So when you think of artificial intelligence, the buzzword today is generative AI. That's what ChatGPT does and other large language models. And generative AI is all about creating new content. And the problem with creating new content, whether it's text or image or video or even software code, is unless you can see the algorithms behind it, you don't know if it's safe. And of course, therefore, you could have enormous amount of misinformation in the world if you don't know it's safe. That's just one type of AI, and already it's changing business models. If you look at stock markets yesterday, the ed tech sector took a big hit. Companies like Pearson, Chegg, and Duolingo, their share prices collapsed yesterday because of the threat following a profit warning from Chegg, basically from the threat of these types of generative AI models. But many companies can profit from them. You, for example, Frank, you can cut down the time it takes to research your news articles. Filmmakers can cut down the time it takes to make films, and most importantly, CTOs can get their software engineers to write code much faster. So this stuff is going to take off. That's just generative AI. Then there's other types of AI, like decision-making AI. If I'm running a factory, I can use AI to make decisions, and so on. So there are many types of AI.
So many applications.
All of this, yeah.
I want to ask you one more question, Cyrus. By the way, you didn't mention something else going on here in the U.S., the writer's strike. One of the issues that they're worried about out in Hollywood is AI taking those writing jobs. So before we let you go, is there anything that you think that the U.S. government or other regulators have learned from other emerging techs that we've seen come out, whether it be Bitcoin, the metaverse, that haven't been so much regulated that they want to kind of fix this time around when it comes to AI?
I think what the SEC versus Ripple case shows, and what the whole cryptocurrency lack of regulation shows, is that if you don't regulate a technology in time, you can have problems. And in the case of AI, there's all kinds of issues that regulators should address. Is AI responsible? Is there any bias in them? Are AI systems transparent? Do we understand the algorithms, for example, in an autonomous car? It's a matter of life and death. Are there data controls over data security, data privacy, data transferability? Are there independent audits? Because politicians don't really understand tech as a whole. So there need to be independent auditors to ensure that that new laws on AI are followed. And most important of all, does regulation include contestability and redress? In other words, if individuals and entities are wronged by AI systems, they should be able to challenge them.